everyone and welcome to the Dice Tower. My name's Oliver East and today I'm going to be reviewing for you Ito. This small little card-filled box is a cooperative clue-giving party game. I'll go over roughly how the game plays and then I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on it. During setup, each player is going to choose a colour and take the 2 cubes of that colour. Choosing to use one of the numbered decks, you can basically put the other one off to the side for now, and you're going to put the 0 card in the middle of the table and shuffle the rest of the deck. Each player is then going to get 1 card from the deck face down, so the other players do not know what it is, but you are allowed to look at your own number. For this, I'm just going to reveal the 2 numbers just so you know what I'm talking about. Flipping over the top card from the deck will reveal which of the themes you're going to be using, and you can use the marker so everyone can refer back to it. In this case, the theme of the round is famous people you would like to be. Players will then look at the number in their hand and based on the theme, they'll be giving a clue to the rest of the players. Now you can't use things such as numbers, quantities or values in your clue, and remember, it's got to be at least somewhat related to the theme. So in this example, I've got the card 42, a famous person you'd want to be, but 42 out of 100? Well, not too high. Maybe I'd say Mike DeLisio. You're going to play your card face down and you're going to mark it so you can remember which one is which. Maybe the other person having this card, obviously we don't know what it is, maybe they say Tom Vassell, and we think, are they someone we'd like to be more or less? And of course, they're both very famous people. Let's say in this, we would like to be them more, so we think this is the correct order. When everyone has agreed on the order, you'll turn them over one by one, and hopefully you have played them all in the right order and have won the round. If you haven't won, well, shuffle all the cards back up and go again. You'll most likely be getting a new theme because that's also coming out the deck, and people are going to get a new different card dealt to them. Now, if you have managed to correctly do it, you up the ante, with one player getting a second card, and you're still trying to get them all in order. You can keep going and you win even the challenge mode if you manage to do it with both players with 2 cards. Yes, you can go above that and go for an extreme one, but, well, unless you're playing with only 2 players, that's quite difficult. So, based on the deck, you're going to be getting a topic and trying to put your numbered cards in order based on clues that you're giving to everyone else. And that's how you play Ito. So let's start off with the production quality. Now, one interesting thing about this edition of the box is not only does it have some smaller cards with the original Japanese artwork for the numbers on them, it also has a new sort of very modern, streamlined looking number deck, which are just normal card size. Now, personally, I like the sort of quirkier, more bright and fun numbers from the smaller deck, although I wish they were in the normal card size, but you've got both included in the box. The game really does revolve around that lookup table where you've flipped a card and you look up what number. That sort of seems a bit of an oddity because you've got those 2 decks of cards. It would be really cool if one of the decks of cards in this game just had that list. You've got cards that are numbered 1 to 100 for you to then go and look up on that table. So it feels really odd that those categories aren't just printed on the cards. You could easily have dual use cards where they've got a number for the most of it and right at the bottom is one of those categories. Then you could work through the deck, shuffle it up and different things, and it just feels odd that that's the way they've done it, despite there being those 2 sort of full decks of cards numbers in there. Why not use them rather than have sort of an additional lookup table? Of course, it's that exact lookup table that makes the game fun and have difference from one round to another. It's not that you're making up a theme as a group, although you perceivably could, if you wanted to, each round make up a random topic, but this just allows the game to help you come up with a topic, and sometimes it might leave you scratching your head, coming up with something for your number, and other times, well, it's going to cause a little bit of laughter as well. You get these great discussions coming out of things like, is a printer bigger than a microwave? And then layer in the fact that, well, what you think is one number, someone else might not. So let's give an example of like size of animal. Well, one person might go, well, I've got a 50. Now, a giraffe is quite big, but it's quite skinny, so 50. You know, there's much bigger animals out there as things go, whales for instance. So it's kind of middle of the pack. Someone else might be thinking in their head they've got a 50-ish number and go, well, yeah, but a pig is kind of like a standard average animal, you know. Yeah, there's bigger ones, there's smaller ones, all the way down to ants. So 50 for a pig, that makes about sense. And then you're trying to put these numbers in order based off just those clues of the animals that were given. And two people's 50 can be very different. And it can take a few rounds for you to sort of gel as a team. You're working cooperatively, you're trying to give good clues to get those numbers in the right order, but, well, after a few rounds, maybe it starts to twig, when that person's saying that, maybe they're thinking of a big picture rather than sort of, what's an average sort of thing. So, you know, maybe when they say pig, you're like, it's maybe small because they're thinking all animals ever, whereas someone else might be thinking of just what's on a farm. Different things like that, and you start to work out how other people's minds are working, and you get on the same sort of wavelength. This means it's great when you're with like a family or people that you know, but I could see it being really good as that sort of icebreaker game, sort of similar to The Mind or Wavelength. Those sort of two games combined is Ito in a box. On the box, it indicates a 10-minute playtime, and well, that can be correct. I don't think it is very often. Like many good party games, it's kind of not caring about any scoring or anything. You're just trying to play rounds and complete them, and then it gets a little bit more difficult and a little bit more difficult, and you try and see how far you can go. And I think this says 10 minutes, but yeah, you can be playing it for 10, but you could easily be playing it for half an hour as you just go, right, we have to crack like level 2 or 3 when some people have got extra cards, and then once we've done that, then we can pack the game away. We were so close, one more round, that sort of thing. And it's that great party game experience as you're able to chat with the others around the table. You're not just sort of doing one thing, writing a word in secret. You're all talking because you're trying to be like, yeah, but I think that would be bigger than that. And it creates a really good atmosphere that allows you just to go, one more round, let's shuffle the cards and go again. So overall, what do I think of Ito? As you've probably guessed, I've really enjoyed it. It takes exactly what I like from of a game like Wavelength, where you're trying to get into the mindset of what other people might be thinking. Cross that with The Mind as you're trying to get the numbers out in order, and it just creates this really awesome cooperative clue-giving game. The lookup table is both brilliant at providing some amazingly different categories for you to work into your clues, but it also could have been just on those cards, and I think that would have been just slightly slicker and more complete system. As looking up that table, it just takes that extra 10 seconds, whereas flipping a card over and reading it, well, that wouldn't have taken much time at all. Ito is a really cool game though. I'm going to be giving it a 7.5 out of 10. It's firmly going to be sat on my shelf with my other party games. Perfect for coming out at a family gathering, that style of thing. Or maybe even a game night when you're waiting for people to arrive. You can just play some rounds and let the other people filter in. And well, next round, deal them in and you can carry on going. Let us know in the comment section below if you've given Ito a try. What did you think of it? It'd be great to know what you thought of the game. And well, until next time, check out other news, reviews and such on the Dice Tower.